dude, we have to make this work.
This is our first.
It's our first.
One.
This is. What are we calling this?
You came up with a name.
I did come up with. What did they come?
You always come up with a name.
Oh, I did. We're calling this iDoorQ. Actually, we're calling this iDoorQ Beta at the moment. This is iDoorQ Beta.
Is that kind of like iRobot, as a guy's knows iRobot? Dork.
Well, see, that's kind of the joke. It's kind of like all the multiple meanings and multiple levels and everything that we've got going on here. But this is iDoorQ. This is the video version of DoorQ.com, the gay and lesbian sci-fi fantasy and horror website.
Who are you again?
I am Jody, and I am one of the cohorts in crime, one of the instigators of the madness of DoorQ.com. And who are you, or who are you going by today?
My name today is Dan. Daniel, possibly, but I prefer Dan. And I guess you could call me one of the co-conspirators, the co-conspirator behind DoorQ.
All right, and so I think the first thing we want to talk about today is I just wanted to let everybody know what's going on out there in the world of conventioneering. There are actually some great sci-fi, fantasy, and horror conventions for gays and lesbians going on around the United States in October and in November, and so just so that you can kind of put these things on your calendar and go for it. There's certain things going on out there, and so if you go onto the web and do some searching for it, okay, Lexicon, it moves from city to city from year to year. Like last year it was in Atlanta. This year it's in Bethesda, Maryland. Washington, D.C. is kind of how they have it set up. And next year it's in the Midwest. I think it's in Minneapolis or Chicago or something like that. You can check that out online. And that one kind of moves. And that one's in the fall of the year. The Outer Gay and Lesbian Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Horror Film Festival, that's once a year. That's just a film festival, and that's just in Austin, Texas. And the new thing, the Outlanticon, is going to be, I believe they're going to set the next version of it for the spring, and that's going to be a year-round event, and that's just going to be in Atlanta, but it's going to try to be something for the first part of the year, where the Gay Lexicon is the last part of the year, and Outer is kind of right there in the middle of it all. But in any event, moving back to Carlos and Battlestar Galactica, we're going to talk about, like, what did you think of the mid-season break?
Let's discuss our reactions to BSG, because I was and still am a huge BSG fan. I was the one that turned on a lot of my friends. I had been hearing for a couple of years, actually. It was at least a year, maybe a year and a half after the show premiered on the Sci-Fi Channel in its miniseries format. And people kept saying, "Oh, this is the best show ever, best show ever." I'm like, "Oh my God, what is this? What is this crap?" I went to the video store. Even the guy at the video store, Blockbuster, I picked up the DVD. I'm like, "I'm gonna rent this. Supposedly the best show ever." He's like, "Yeah, I know. Everyone keeps saying it's the best show ever." Neither of us had seen it. I went home, started watching it. I think at like midnight, and I got halfway through. I mean, my jaw was just kind of dropping. I was like, "This is crazy good." Up next is our segment with David Gerrold, the author, novelist, and screenwriter of the now famous classic Star Trek episode, The Trouble with Tribbles. David will be speaking with us about his new script. The episode is called Blood and Fire. Let's check that out.
Would you like some water?
No, I'm good.
You sure? Because water, right?
It's just your backwash. I have no interest in that.
So you want to just kind of like go right to the episode?
Yeah.
To the interview? Yeah? Okay. I hear that you have a movie debut later this year.
Well, we have part one. It's a two-part episode, but it counts as a feature in my mind, of Blood and Fire, which is for Star Trek Phase 2, formerly Star Trek New Voyages, which is a fan-based professional quality show for the internet. The emails that I think would be the most rewarding to receive, because they're, this is a breakthrough episode, including gay characters, would be, "Thank you for doing this. Thank you for letting us know that gay people are part of human society, that we're part of the crew too, that we're here too." I think that when we deny ourselves the opportunity to have loving relationships with each other, we're denying what being human is really about.
This has been Dan and Jody from DoorQ.com, and
thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.